Well, if I had a dime for every punchline, one-liner, and teenage boner that came from Megan Fox, I'd be richer than her.
Here we go! This night, you're gonna find that nightmares do come true. We will find you. Treat, treat. This night, you're gonna find that.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror, Year 3. We are on day 27. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. This is Jennifer's Body, a film that I kind of let go and just never bothered to watch because I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just the advertising alone, but it just never seemed like a film that ever caught my interest or ever seemed like anything that I would be into. I mean, it seemed a little bit too low grade, too like chick flick-ish. It seemed a little tame for the most part. I guess that's what the advertising kind of made me think of it. So I just never really bothered with it when it came out, and just never thought about it until, I think about every once in a while. I'd see it, I'd be like, should I check it out? Should I not? And I also swear I thought it was a werewolf film, which it's not really. It's not really a werewolf film. It's more like something else. But regardless, anyway, I really enjoyed the hell out of Jennifer's Body. And I was definitely wrong in what I thought about it, because it totally took a 180 on me, and it was absolutely amazing. So, like, really good, actually. Surprisingly good. So synopsis-wise, you get, of course, Jennifer is your lead, famously played by Megan Fox. I think could be easily her most known role. And when this film came out, this is the film that made her stand out. And for better or for worse, I mean, this is like her signature role that everybody knows Megan Fox from. And she's this really catty, bitchy high school girl, and extremely stereotypical. I mean, the writing in this film is genius, because what they have her say and the catty little one-liners that she makes throughout the whole thing are so funny, and they're constant, and I love it. And as much as she is annoying like she would be in real life, she's so entertaining at the same time. And she has this best friend who she's grown up with, played by Amanda Seyfried, whose name is Anita, or Needy, they call her for a nickname. Which is funny, because there's a lot of scenes that she does act quite needy in more than one way. But they don't seem like they would be best friends, but they are, for most of the film. And they go to an indie band. Another thing about this film is it's so 2009 with the references and the way everybody acts in it and the tropes. I really think that one big problem this film had is, one, wasn't marketed properly, and I've heard that in a lot of places. That I really, after viewing it especially, can see that probably the advertising wasn't maintained right or something. And two, it might have just had bad timing in its release, possibly, because it came right after the films that it kind of is troping. Kind of like, back in the 80s when you had slasher movies coming out in like 1989, 1990, it was kind of after the slasher trope. I think that's probably what happened to this film, hence why it got so forgotten. But it could be many things. That's just what I'm assuming, because, like I said, this film is dynamite, and it's really, really smart. It's a really intelligent film, like, highly intelligent film, well directed and perfectly written. So yeah, the characters are funny. Everybody's witty. It's really smart. I totally got off track there, but they go to a concert by an indie band, and this indie band is called Low Shoulder, and it's the absolute most stereotypical band for the 2000s, from 2000 to 2010, where, you know, everybody and their brother and sister were trying to be Fall Out Boy and what's the other? Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. That's it. So they're basically that band. Who the lead singer is played by Adam Brody, right after his OC days, Orange County, I mean. And he's hilarious in the role. I really like Adam Brody as an actor. He's great in the OC, but after he started doing other roles, he really started to jump into horror, and his sense of humor is really good in the roles that he chooses. So I really like him, and he plays the front man for this band, this indie band, and he's your stereotypical douchebag who is just, you know, a womanizer and filled with ego and doesn't give a shit about, you know, any self-centered asshole, like, but like, I don't know, the hilarity is there. It's just, it really is a product of when it came out, and that's what I like about the film so much. Plus the performances by everybody too. There's a character named Colin who is 100% your stereotypical emo kid, and hilarious, just hilarious. This kid is played by an actor that I actually recognize. I had to look him up, but he's in A Haunting in Connecticut and some other roles that I've caught here and there. But he nails it. He's so funny. Straight up with the hair and the lip ring. So good. Okay, sidetracked again. They go see this band. Jennifer is in love with them, and they invite her back to the van to party. And Anita, her friend, played by the hell's her name? Anita, played by Amanda Seyfried, is really not having any of it. And obviously, this is kind of a metaphor to like being date raped or taken advantage of, which Jennifer obviously spins around as the story progresses. But something happens with this band, and basically the next day Jennifer comes back to life, and she's kind of demonized. Like I said, I thought this film took a werewolf spin, but it doesn't. It takes a lot more of a demon, banshee kind of, not possession, but, well, possession in a sense, you could say. But anyway, she comes back to life and starts causing havoc, so that's your synopsis. And, man, it's just a blast. Some things that I really liked. At the concert, Jennifer wants to buy Adam Brody a drink, which, you know, usually it's the guy wanting to buy a girl a drink, but she's like right up there front stage. She's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" That never happens. Like I said, it's a cult classic for sure, and it's definitely one that's going to age. That's what I see most in this film, for sure. Is it just growing in popularity and getting better as the years go on? I think it's going to get a lot more discovery in the future. It's going to become a cult classic, given some time for sure. And again, with that, it came out in the time where like Juno and Napoleon Dynamite and Youth in Revolt were really popular, and it plays among the tropes of those films, but in a horror style. And it plays out like a black comedy too, in a lot of ways. And it takes B movie tropes, B movie horror tropes, black comedy tropes, and kind of puts it in this universe of like a Juno style film. I absolutely loved the style of that. As I mentioned already, Jennifer's punchlines and one-liners are constant. They just never stop, and they are always just leave me in laughter like crazy. It's so much fun to just hear her banter and the things she says, and like some things she says I've never even like heard before, which makes it even funnier. So yeah, basically Jennifer is extremely evil, but like seriously evil, not just high school evil. And she is also in a lot of ways very stereotypically the drama girl too, especially at the end, like towards the end of the film. You can see her bulliness come out, and playing tribute to like the mean girls of high school, but with her, she's actually legitimately a demon. So it's pretty hilarious. Like I said, the film is extremely smart. I came as high as a 94 out of 100 on this one. Why out of 100? Because I hate decimals, and because I had so much damn fun with it. And this has the unrated and the theatrical version. I watched the unrated, of course, and it was fantastic. I so highly recommend Jennifer's Body, and I'm kind of glad I checked it out now instead of when it came out. Even though I say it's so great and I avoided it for a long time, I think watching it now gave me the better experience. So I'm not regretting that whatsoever. And I really liked everything about it. So 94 out of 100 is my vote. And not quite a werewolf film, but still evil bitch movie, I guess. She's the director, Karyn Kusama. She is famous for directing quite a few films. One that I really liked called The Invitation, which was released in 2015. I didn't know it was the same director for both films, but that's cool to know. And that leaves it for day 27. So until tomorrow, I'll be back for more reviews, and I will be basically doing what I do. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you haven't already, to keep up with all my reviews, and I will be back for more real soon. So take it easy, and I will talk to you next time. Cheers.